Welcome to Reading High School, obviously on the campus of Reading High School. We're here at their varsity football and soccer field. It'll be today's Middlesex League, Girls Varsity Soccer. Tilt between the Belmont Marauders. They're 1-2-1 on the season. They won their first game against Lexington, 3-2, tied their second game against Lexington, 0-0, then lost 2 games to defending state champion Winchester. Reading comes in on the season at 0-3, losing twice to Winchester and once to Woburn. So good time for both teams to build a winning streak here. It's a 69-degree mild fall day here in Reading. Scott Landry, and for the first time on our broadcast, brought to you by Friends of Belmont Soccer, Brian Maringer. Welcome, Brian.
Scott, thanks so much for having me. Appreciate being back.
What are you looking for in today's game, Brian?
You know, it's kind of a contrast. If you look at the coaches, you have Kelsey Ring is the new coach at Reading High School. It's her first year taking over. She's a former player. She played with Stoneham in the Middlesex League, but this is her first year. Paul Graham's been coaching at Belmont High School for 50 years, so it's a little bit different from the coaches. I think both have had the opportunity, the pleasure of coaching against Winchester to start off. So I think they're looking for a good game here to start. As I look out at the lineup, it looks like it's mostly a senior team out there for Belmont as I look out. And looking for a good game there.
And some of the things you notice, Risha Pazian, number 24, near to us, her first start. She played at the end of the last game in Winchester and did quite a good job, so Coach Graham may be rewarding her, not just because she's a senior for that. Ball in to Risha Pazian with the kick, almost. And wow, what a save by the goalie for Reading, Brian, on that play. Nice shot by Jenna Thomas for Belmont.
Yeah, that's Kendall, and she's great job. So she's a keeper that is starting this year, Kendall Sundstrom, and she plays for the Aztecs, and so she's a club keeper and a pretty good one. So an incredible save to start off the game.
Also starting the game for Belmont, Sadie Cabrel on the left midfield position. She won that ball, got it up to her teammate Kiki Cristofori. Cleared out by Winchester, one in the air by Ashley Green. I can see, Brian, the players are getting much more comfortable winning the air balls, not with their head so far this season.
Yeah, that's been a big adjustment. You've seen a couple calls in the early going for people who have accidentally headed the ball, and it seems like they're getting a little bit more comfortable with the rules. I like that Bridget Martin right there distributed with a throw, not a kick. As you know, this year the rule is that you cannot punt the ball over midfield, so I actually like her throwing. I think it gives them a little bit more accuracy.
Belmont doing a nice job holding the ball. They've played 2 of the Middlesex League's most pressing teams in Winchester and Lexington, so they've had to release the ball quite early in the last couple of games, and I know Coach Graham's been working on just trying to, particularly in the midfield, for Belmont to hold the ball carried a little bit more before they make the quick pass.
Yeah, hopefully they have a little bit more time for decision making here today.
Attempted through ball by Reading, won by Belmont's Allie Landry, who's comfortable enough to just let it go out of bounds, so that'll be a goal kick for Belmont's goalkeeper, Bridget Martin. Coach Paul Graham has been alternating his goalies throughout the season. We've seen Abby Morin get 2 of the starts, and this is Bridget's second start of the season. I was going to say, they call a lot of contact, Brian, in the Middlesex League this year. That probably would have been the biggest piece of contact that didn't end in a foul if the refs didn't blow the whistle. Late whistle, Belmont will take it. Allie Landry with the indirect kick, won by Jenna Thomas, back to Grace Kane.
And you can hear the Paul Graham shouting to get the ball out wide today.
Reading's attempted 3 now long through balls. None of them have successfully connected, but Belmont's back line has to keep an eye on that.
So it looks like also if you look at the formation that Belmont's in, they're in a 3-4-3 against Winchester, and even a little bit against Lexington. They were playing 4 in the back. They're playing 3 in the back today. Quick handball by Reese.
Reese Shapazian on that'll be an indirect or direct kick for Reading. I've been getting confused all season on the broadcast, Brian. What's direct and what's indirect this year? I used to know the calls, but keeping me guessing. Jenna Thomas with the nice ball win, move, pass up to Kiki Cristofori, who was not able to control it, but Belmont is aggressively attacking the ball. There'll be Reading's kick in on the far side. Players need to keep the ball on the ground on these kick-ins. Players also need to be 6 feet away from the player who's taken the kick-in.
I think as the season goes along, you'll also see some plays off that. It seems like in the early going, people are just kind of trying to get open. I think you'll eventually see some plays.
Deflection comes to number 20 for Reading with the shot, and a nice save by Bridget Martin for Belmont with her hands. Nice shot by Reading's number 20, Jackie Caraco, a junior forward for Reading. It's the first good scoring opportunity of the game. We are 5 minutes into the game right now. Belmont sends in Reese Shapazian, and Reese looks like she's going to be able to get a shot off with her left. She shoots it, and it just goes wide of the goal. I think I'm about ready to get fired on the camera work, Brian, as I keep missing some of the action here. It was a nice shot by Reese with her left. She tried to go to the far post. She was on the left side of the goal, and it just carried wide right of the goal. Now up to Rachel November. She's a lefty. We'll see. I thought you might try to take that shot. Now Reese Shapazian back to Sadie Cabral. Katie, a nice move with her left onto the goal. Another save by Reading's goalie, her second save of the game.
Yeah, Sundstrom's done a nice job back there. Even on Reese's break-in attempt, she seemed to have cut down the angle.
Sundstrom's figured out how to kick the ball low and try to get the bounce over the midfield line. Nice strategy by her and Reading. Ball off Belmont's Grace Kane. It'll be Reading's kick-in on the far side. 0-0 here in Reading. Just under 14 minutes left in the first period. Thanks for being with us today. Attempted pass through. Winchester's not able to connect. That was Carico looking for Emily Clarkson on the left side. It'll be Belmont's kick-in on the right. Early substitution for Belmont. We see Sabrina Sauls coming in for Lilith McCallion, another senior with her first start. Good effort in the first 6 minutes of the game by her. Sabrina will come in, and she's either playing one of the defensive positions or a holding midfield position. We'll see where she ends up lining up, Brian.
Right. She looks like she's going to play in the middle next to Rachel November. Nice win by Kiki right there.
Good battle by Rachel November against 2 Reading players. Reading is able to control the ball. That's Alyssa Clarkson, a sophomore midfielder for Reading. I believe there are 2 sister pairs on this team, the Clarksons and the Sarones for Reading. It'll be Reading's kicking on the right. Call against Belmont. It'll be either a direct or indirect kick for Reading from about the midfield spot, right in the center of the field. They've gone long on these opportunities so far. We'll see if they continue that trend.
And that's too bad, because that's actually a nice play by Ashley. She played enough behind her, not allowing her to turn. Like, that's a good soccer play pre-COVID.
10 yards, not 10 feet.
Parents already yelling. Everybody's getting used to COVID. The shout was 10 yards is not 10 feet. Give players some space. Another nice through ball, but Bridget Martin is there near the top of the box to get the save, and again to distribute with her arms, not with her feet, to get the ball to the teammate she intends and not go over midfield on the run.
And I like that she changed the point of attack, so she was able to get the ball out real wide, real quickly to Grace. I think that's a smart move, changing the point of attack here today.
Back into Grace Kane. Her attempted pass goes off the chest of a Reading player. Nice ball win by Reading's number 10 there, Brianna Cerrone. Sabrina Sauls with the nice play by Belmont. She starts the attack, gets it to Rachel November in the middle of the field. Rachel now to Kiki Cristofori. Kiki looking for one of her teammates along the right, but she goes instead back to Rachel November, who tries to hit the through ball to Jenna Thomas, but Reading's number 9, Elizabeth Murphy, is able to beat Jenna Thomas, but looked like Jenna almost got the ball back for a good opportunity for Belmont, but the referees call it. We are just under 10 minutes to go in the first of 4 periods here in Reading. No score, Belmont and Reading Girls Varsity Soccer. Belmont a kick in a fairly offensive spot.
Gonna have the sub come in.
So Nina Minakazi coming in at the left forward position for Reese Shapazian. Nice playing by Reese. She had a couple of good, strong offensive attacks. Ball now in. Sabrina Sauls to Sadie Cabral. Sadie attempted to shield the ball from Reading. She wasn't able to do it. Rachel November for Belmont came in and was able to use her body, and the referees called that to try to win the ball, so it'll be Reading's kick. Again, in previous years of soccer, that's a nice clean play by Rachel. It's tough to change your habits having played many years of soccer.
So, I think there's definitely the adjustment period, and it helps out some people and not, others as much. And we've also seen referees call it differently. So I think in Lexington, they let them play a little bit more. In the last Winchester game, they called everything.
Yeah. Players need to adjust as the game goes. Overall, I think Belmont's forwards do play physical. They did last year, and it was all, most of the time, very clean plays last year, but the referees are not allowing it this year, so Belmont has had to adjust a little bit to that. Nice pass by Sadie Cabral up to Nina Minakazi, who just came into the game. And Nina not able to control it on the left side. It'll be Reading's kicking. Referee's a stickler for exactly 10 yards, I think, there, or 6 yards, whatever the enforcement.
Might need a new whistle after the first half. It's a great ball by Sabrina to change the field to Grace.
Nice carry by Grace Kane. She's not able to keep it in. Unfortunately, nice pursuit by Reading on the play. That is number 20, Jackie Carico. Pursuing Grace every step of the way. Now back. Ball bounced over Ashley Green's foot. Smart play by her to send it back to her goalie, Bridget Martin. Dangerous play. The long shot by Reading is blocked by Ashley Green. Now pass in. Nice hustle back by Sadie Cabral to put the ball out of bounds, but Lexington has a nice offensive position to be able to kick the ball in. Number 10's been very active for Reading. That's the sophomore midfielder, Brianna Cerrone, and she'll be the one who does the kick-in right now for Reading.
I also think Allie Clarkson, who's number 4, who's a sophomore, has also had a very strong start to the game.
Nice win by Sadie Cabral. But back to Reading, out now to Cerrone on the right. Players aren't able to use their head, so the ball bounces, takes a crazy bounce. Caitlin Sawyer physically wins the ball. I'm glad she was able to get away with it. That would have been a tough spot to give up an indirect kick for Reading. Through ball attempt by Jenna Thomas to Kiki Cristofori, won by Reading, and then Rachel November comes up, wins the ball in the middle of the field. Nice hustle by November. Play is going back and forth here. Fairly even game between Belmont and Reading. Reading's been trying to go over the top and hit some of the home run passes. Belmont occasionally does that too, but so far today, Belmont's been trying to advance the ball through the middle of the field. Reading's defense so far has been able to play that well.
One of the things you notice here is how quick the turf is. It seems like a lot of the balls are running a little bit long here today. It just seems like, different surfaces have kind of different attributes. This is a quick turf.
Substitution for Reading, Marissa Cerrone, a senior forward, comes in for Jackie Carico. Belmont's now Sabrina Sauls with the ball. Makes a nice move and an attempted through ball to Nina Minakazi. Reading asking for a foul on Minakazi. Couldn't tell if Minakazi knocked her down or... I'm not sure what that call was, Brian. Did you see it?
So my guess is it might be about the mask. I mean, he's pointing to his mask. It looks like actually he's adjusting her mask. And I'm guessing that he's bringing her over just to say maybe her mask fell. You can have your mask down if you're not around other players. And I'm guessing that was probably the call.
By my count, first time we've seen that call this year. Still learning some of the COVID rules. That looks like it should be offsides on the pass and a little bit of a late whistle, but the right call. Bridget Martin, Belmont's keeper, will come up and now not take the kick. She and Allie Landry deciding who will take the kick. Because it's indirect, I think the plan is for Bridget to kick it back to Allie Landry so that Allie can try to connect upfield with one of her teammates. Nice shoulder on the play by Reading.
Nice play by Grace.
Good pass, good attempted switch by Belmont, but won by number 10, Brianna Cerrone for Reading.
Oh, nice idea. Nice idea by Allie Clarkson.
Looking good, Reading. You're looking good.
Reading is certainly attacking with their passes, trying to hit the ball through two Belmont defenders to one of their teammates. So far not successful at that, but it is a dangerous play and they're coming close. 3:10 left to go in the first period. No score here in Reading. Belmont Marauders, Reading Rockets.
Oh,
nice pass by Jenna Thomas. Great touch by Grace Kane. Let's see what Grace is able to hit the connecting pass. Not yet, but it comes back to Caitlin Sawyer again, up to Grace Kane on the right. Now to Jenna Thomas. Jenna sends Grace into the corner. Grace tries to pass it to herself, but is not able to win the ball until it goes outside past the end line. It'll be a goal kick for Reading. Nice passing on the right side by Belmont's seniors, Grace Kane and Jenna Thomas.
So it looks like Reading's playing a 4-4-2. I can't tell if 2023 is a,
pass in from Rachel November to Kiki Cristofori. Kiki tried to surprise the goalie with a quick shot. It goes to the right of the goal and saved by Sundgren, the goalie. Now back out to midfield. You were saying about their formation, Brian.
It looks like they're playing 5 in the midfield. It looks like they're playing 4 in the back, 5 in the midfield with one lone striker. And I think having the extra person in the midfield has helped out right now Reading.
Very physical play. First time I think Belmont gets the benefit of the doubt when two players go in hard. That call could have gone either way. Ashley Green and 18 for Reading, Marissa Cerrone. Now Green back to Allie Landry. Allie tries to switch the ball out to Grace Kane. It's not long enough, but great hustle by Grace Kane to not give up on the play. But it goes off her teammate, Caitlin Sawyer. It'll be Reading's kick-in on the far side. Under 2 minutes here. Now it's up to the referees when they decide to end the first period. Jenna Thomas now with a nice touch around her number sake for Reading, both number 2. Jenna with the very long shot in. I thought there was going to be a long rebound on that, how hard the goalie came out. But she was able to smother it underneath her knees for a good save by Reading's Kendall Sundstrom, their junior goalie.
I think that's probably her 4th save.
Zero here, certainly under a minute left to go unless the referees are going to add some stoppage time here in the first period. Allie Landry on the far side with the direct kick. Way to win the ball by Kiki Cristofori for Belmont. Attempted through ball from Jenna Thomas to Nina Minikazi is intercepted by Reading. Good step up by Caitlin Sawyer from the right defensive position for Belmont to be aggressive on Reading's long balls. Belmont will need to look to do that if Reading's trying to go through the midfield most of the rest of the game. So we hear the 2 whistles. That's the end of the first period here in Reading. The score, Belmont 0, Reading 0. Typically put about 90 seconds on the clock. We'll be back with you in 90 seconds. Scott Landry and Brian Merrin, you're here on the Friends of Belmont Soccer broadcast. Brian, if you're Reading after that first quarter, you happy?
Yes, I think you're really happy. I mean, you know, if you look at the schedule that Reading got, they did not have much luck. I mean, you have a first-year coach taking over. She's probably meeting her kids on Zoom. They have less practices this year, and then all of a sudden they draw Winchester. And as we've seen how talented that team is, that's really not who you want to open up your varsity career with. And so they had Winchester for a couple of games. We saw how talented they were. Then they have Woburn. They played a real close game. They lost 1-0 to Woburn. And then the second Woburn game gets canceled due to the COVID rates in Woburn. So they've had 2 really tough games against Winchester. They were gaining some momentum probably against Woburn, playing them closely. And all of a sudden they're coming out here a little bit more of a layoff, and they draw Belmont. And so I think it was a pretty even first quarter, and I think if you're the Reading team, you're pretty happy. And I also think they've done a good job of putting 5 people in the midfield and kind of clogging up the midfield and just keeping one person up front. So I think you're very happy if you're Reading. I think.
And if you're Coach Paul Graham for Belmont, you happy with your first period?
You are. I think they've missed some passes to get it out wide. I think they've done a nice job of trying to get it out wide to Grace Kane a couple times, and they just haven't connected on passes. So I think the game plan is good. They just need to make sure that they're connecting on some of the passes. You know, this is stringing together 4 passes right here, but I mean, look at all the red shirts in the middle. They're packing the middle and daring you to go outside, and that's where the space is.
We're underway here in the second period from Reading. Pass in to number 18, Marissa Cerrone for Reading. Pursued by Belmont's junior Allie Landry. Cerrone hits her pass out of bounds. It'll be Belmont's kicking. That'll be Ashley Green, number 13 for Belmont. Interestingly, the teams did not switch ends between the first and second period. Every other game this season, that's been a mandated thing. I don't know if the referees forgot or if there's some unwritten rule or somebody played a Belichick on that one and tried to get in the heads of their opponents by not switching sides. We'll have to find that out after the game. Up to Nina Minakazi. Good job shielding the ball from a Reading opponent. To Rachel November, tries to hit the long pass to Jenna Thomas. Unable to connect now. It's Reading's number 23, Lily Zampatella. But pursued by Belmont, won back by Allie Landry. Now to Grace Kane. Little miscommunication there by Belmont between Sadie Cabral and Ashley Green. They both thought that the other one was going to pursue the ball, and they didn't want to both go hard at it. But Ashley Green was able to figure that out as a senior defender who's been on the team now for her 4th season. She made the team as a freshman. Her experience helped Belmont out on the play, prevented the Reading attack. Nice step in by Caitlin Sawyer on that, but because she used her body, I heard the whistle. I thought it was going to go against Belmont, but it is going the other direction. The referee is going to give Belmont an indirect kick. Every time you hear that whistle on your defensive end, when there's physical play, when both players are just going hard for the ball, it does make you worry a bit if it's going to go against you for an indirect kick in a great offensive position. Nice passing by Jenna Thomas and Grace Kane. Grace now hits the through ball to Kiki Cristofori. Kiki uses her body back to Rachel November for the shot. Rachel high and pushed over the goal, but it hits the football crossbar, so that'll be a corner kick for Belmont. Great shot by Rachel November for Belmont. Good save there by Kendall Sundstrom. She wasn't able to catch it as it was a high shot, so she pushed it over the crossbar as she's taught to do.
Yeah, and much better start for Belmont. I mean, they strung together 4 or 5 passes. They were able to get the ball out wide.
So 2-person action here. Rachel November and Allie Landry for Belmont in the corner. I think the senior referee is going to the junior referee here, Brian, and saying, you know, it's 6 feet in all situation. I think he's trying to spread out Belmont's Jenna Thomas, and my guess is number 2, Grace Weston, who's been, number 2 for Reading, who were battling against each other. The referee is essentially saying, let's try to maintain his 6 feet as much as we can.
Yeah, he's a stickler for the details.
So Allie into Grace Kane for the shot. Dangerous for Reading on the play. A bad bounce or just any part of a body would have put it in on the far side. But it goes off Reading's foot. It'll be a corner kick for Belmont on the other side. Just a little bit out of the camera's view. We'll do a good job. We'll do the best job we can of telling you what happens. Attempted pass in for Belmont, won by Reading. Now centered in. Nina Minakazi fighting for it with her left. She kicks it. Great save. Not by the goalie on that one, by the Reading teammate. I think that is number 6. Or number 8, Julia Barbado on defense, the sophomore for Reading. Mark, on the left post as we look at the goal, and she was able to save it. So Belmont, another corner kick.
Rachel November's playing it into Allie Landry, and just out of bounds. But nice pressure by Belmont for the last 3 or 4 minutes.
Good sustained action. When you're that close to the goal, the typical... what you'll typically see is just a lot of physicality of trying to create your own space in there, and certainly Nina Minakazi was battling with Julia Barbado in there, and the players have a little bit more space this year to try to get a free shot off. Ball up by Reading. Ashley Green on the battle, passes back to Allie Landry. Nice ball win by Ashley Green. Now to Sabrina Sauls, to Grace Kane. Most of the time today, when Belmont's been on a good attack, Grace Kane's had something to do with it. She's played a really strong game. Nina Minakazi now tries to send in Kiki Cristofori. A lot of air balls. Good volley by Jenna Thomas. Looks like, it looked like Nina Minakazi was going to get away with the handball, but the right call, it'll be Reading's kick.
I think half the Reading parents had that call before the ref. I think Sabrina's done a nice job of just making a simple pass in the middle of the field and kind of stretching out the Reading defense.
Over the top now for Reading to 18, Marissa Cerrone against Caitlin Sawyer for Belmont, one-on-one battle. Sawyer crowds Cerrone, the ball goes out of bounds, not sure. The referees took some time, they looked at each other. I don't think they were sure of the call. They'll give it to Reading on the kick-in, not the goal kick, I believe. Player is trying to get the corner kick rather. Confusing spot. It has to be played on the ground. Nice attempted win there and turn by Reading's number 23, Lily Zampatella. The junior forward for Reading. It'll be Reading's corner kick on the far side.
Bush offsides. Yes, nice job of
Because this
pulling
is
up.
new for a lot of the players, if the pass typically goes back to the person who takes the corner kick, it's one of the easiest calls for the referees this season almost all the time, unless you have an opponent standing on the end line. That's going to be offsides.
Yeah.
Youth soccer coaches on those sorts of plays are always telling the defense to move up, move up, move up. And all that coaching over these last years helps to earn the offsides on that play. A couple of substitutions for Reading into the game.
I think Cerrone has come back in here for on the right side as a halfback.
Yep. And Jackie Carrico back. Carrico had best opportunity of the game to score, saved by Bridget Martin. We are at 12:22 left in the second period. No score here from Reading between Belmont and Reading. Nice volley from her chest down to volley it with her feet for Ashley Green. Reading is able to win it after Green kicks it, but their attempted shot goes wide left of the goal. It'll be a goal kick by Bridget Martin for Belmont. Bridget Martin's goal kick attempted two. Her teammate Grace Kane able to go over both of their heads. It's tough with the air balls when you can't use your head if it's higher than your shoulder to control it. That's what happened on that play. Attempted fight by Sadie Cabral on the left side. It goes off of Cabral. It'll be Reading's kick-in.
Oh, dangerous
Center
ball up
shot,
front.
nicely played by Caitlin Sawyer.
Great
First
job.
winning the ball with her chest and then clearing the ball with her feet. Sadie Cabral had Nina Minakazi there just a little bit high and right to Nina, but Nina's pursuing the ball all the way down to the other side. It looks like it's going to stay in, and it turned out to be opportune for Belmont.
Nice ball pressure by Nina. She didn't give up the whole way. She just ran 100%, which is what you expect from her.
Yep. We've both had the privilege to coach many of these girls in Belmont Youth Soccer, including Nina Minakazi. Nina's always been known for her hustle and her speed and just effort and everything that she does, and we saw it on that play too. Nice pass out by Reading, connecting now on 4 passes. But the 5th pass is won by Belmont's Allie Landry, who kicks it over the fence here in Reading. They'll get a new ball. Reading's kicking on the far side. 10:22 left in the second period. Rachel November with the ball win. She's a lefty, so she's taking it left. Nice long pass up to Kiki Cristofori for Belmont. Kiki turns, sends it in for Nina Minakazi. It's a foot race, but that race is won by the goalkeeper for Reading, Kendall Sundstrom. Nice play all around. Reading another time with 3 or 4 passes. The 5th pass almost sends Carico in, but won by Ali Landry. Clears it out of bounds. Nice offensive attack by Reading. Belmont's forwards look a little bit tired, Brian, as they...
Yeah, I was
there
thinking...
was a lot of space in the middle of the field for Reading on that.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I think Reading's substituting a little bit more often, and I think they've got a little bit more jump right now.
Pass back and forth between Alyssa Clarkson and Brianna Cerrone. Goes off of Cerrone's foot. It'll be a goal kick for Bridget Martin. Just talking about substitutions.
Yeah.
Belmont puts in Mia Filler, the junior, now taking the place on the left midfield position of Sadie Cabral. Nice win of the ball in the air by Sabrina Sauls with her foot. Now Kiki Cristofori back to Sauls. Now to Jenna Thomas. Back to Sabrina. Sabrina's able to control it. Now give it to Jenna. Attempted pass to Grace Kane, unable to connect, but Reading's clear. Won by Sabrina Sauls.
Nice idea.
Tries the through ball to Nina Minakazi. Won by Rachel November, who taps it to the left side. Good play by Mia Filler to knock the volley off of her Reading opponent, so it'll be Belmont's kick-in on the left side by Mia Filler, number 17. Mia into Sabrina Sauls, won by Reading. Now into space, we have number 23, Lily Zampatella, unable to connect with her teammate, won back by
Ali Clarkson doing a nice job of changing the field.
Nice ball win by Grace Kane. A lot of kicking so far today as the game's been played across the width of the field by both teams. Good win by Jenna Thomas. We'd call that in basketball an attempted no-look pass to Grace Kane.
Yes.
Well defended by Reading, but Reading kicks it out of bounds. Belmont now into Sabrina Sauls. Sabrina turns, has some space into Rachel November.
Nice step by Grace Weston there.
For Reading, but knocks it out of bounds. And Caitlin Sawyer on the kick-in for Belmont. 0-0 here between Belmont and Reading, Girls Varsity Soccer. 5th game of the season for Belmont, 1-2-1 on the season. 4th game of the season for Reading, 0-3 so far against two strong opponents. Nice pass by Mia Filler into Sabrina Sauls. Sauls back to Mia Filler does not like that call, and neither do anybody who is associated with Belmont. That looked like it was going to be a good attack. Great hustle by Mia on the play.
Nice ball.
Nice job to create some space by Carico for Reading. Now up to Emily Clarkson on the left. She's battling with Grace Kane. Grace trying to let it go past the end line, and Grace is able to do that. Belmont goal kick coming up by Bridget Martin.
Yeah, smart play by Grace to let the ball get out of bounds. I like some of the things that Sabrina's doing in the middle, where she's trying to make the simple passes, change the point of attack, and make Reading run. I think you want to tire them out and change the field.
Long goal kick by Bridget Martin. Reading wins it. Sabrina stops their first attack. Now a shot by Reading's number 4. Alyssa Clarkson. I'm not sure that's actually a save. It looked like the shot was a little bit to the left of the left post. Shooting wise, Bridget Martin able to collect the ball, punt it out of bounds off of Reading. It'll be Belmont's kick in with 5:30 left to go in the second period. 0-0 here in Reading. Ball was doing some funny things. Ali Landry tried to let it be still first. She stilled it, and then she looked at where her teammates were in her position. She decides to kick it out of bounds.
No, just
to let her defense reset.
Yeah, just a smart play. She had to make sure that everyone was back.
Nice step in by Jenna Thomas to win that pass. She anticipated where the ball was going to go and was ready for it. We'll see if Kiki can win it in the middle of the field. She can't. Dangerous play. That went off of Allie Landry's head. The referee did not see it. Could have been an indirect kick for Reading. The Reading parents are calling for that close to us, but
no, I think they saw it.
Nice pass between Jenna Thomas and Sabrina Sauls. Jenna moves around a couple of players, now up to Sabrina. Physical play there, refs let it go. Now one back by Jenna Thomas, but the referee, I think, is calling it out of bounds.
Yes.
Decent opportunity overall for Belmont. Much of the game's been played in the middle of the field. There haven't been too many scoring opportunities. Reading's had one really strong one. Belmont's had a couple of decent ones, but nobody's been able to put it into the net yet. Nice ball win by Reading. A little bit of space here. Now up to Allie Clarkson, one-on-one against Ashley Green. It looks like she's going to try to take a long shot. Well played by Ashley Green. Not giving her the space to get that shot off. Now it's Caitlin Sawyer battling for Belmont. Mia Filler against number 10, Brianna Cerrone. And Brianna's left-footed shot goes to Bridget Martin's right. Out of bounds, goal kick for Belmont.
Nice defense by both Ashley Green and Caitlin Sawyer there. Just containing their player, not going for a tackle, allowing people to get back. Nice job. Nice job.
Yep, just to keep the player in front of them. Not give them any easy shots, let their teammates get back so that they can make sure that they're there for the pass. Belmont wins the ball, but kicks it out of bounds as players unable to use their heads. Any high passes become much more difficult to control than in previous years. 2:33 left to go in the second period. Reading 0, Belmont 0 here from Reading High School.
I'm not really sure what is happening. They're changing the ball for some crazy reason.
Everybody's wondering, is that over management, over refereeing? You're going to do something a little crazy, let the players know, and certainly let us know. Nice win by Jenna Thomas. Now to Rachel November. She's got Mia Filler. Nice communication by Filler to let November know she was to her left. Their attempted pass back to Sabrina Sauls, not one. Nice shield over there by Reading's number 15, Eva Pastor. Reading's kicking now with under 2 minutes to go in the first half. 0-0 Belmont and Reading. By my count, we're probably into about 30 kick-ins from the side. Lot of play on the far side. Kiki Cristofori taps it to Rachel November. Middle of the field.
Out wide.
Rachel tries to hit the long ball. Nina is not able to control the high pass with her body before it goes out of bounds. It'll be Reading's kicking.
Oh, they had her. I think they had her offsides. I thought it just went out
Now
of bounds.
seeing the referee on the far side, he had it offsides. He's trying to line up Reading now for the kick. It was such a long pass. Nina might have been offsides, or she might have been in front of the defender when the ball was received, but I didn't think when the ball was kicked. But
nice ball by Jenna Thomas. Jenna's done a great job today coming back for the ball.
Nice shot and attempted pass by Sabrina Sauls into Kiki Cristofori, but just a little bit long. And the goalkeeper, Kendall Sundstrom, comes up for Reading to snuff out that attack. Long.
Once again, Jenna coming back. Nice job.
A lot of bouncing balls. Hits Caitlin Sawyer's head. I think the referees caught that one. Not scoring range for high school players from this side, from this distance.
Oh.
About 60 feet to the goal, 60 yards to the goal line. The kick is able to go halfway there. We hear 2 whistles, so that'll be the end of the first half here in Reading with the score Belmont 0, Reading 0. Brian, when you look at the first half, what are the themes that you've noticed between Belmont and Reading?
I think Reading has done a great job, really, crowding the middle of the field, and I think a lot of times that's where Belmont plays. They play long balls to the middle, and I don't think those have really been available today. And I think they've adjusted. I thought they played better in the second quarter than the first quarter, getting the balls out wide and then making that pass into the box. I thought Jenna Thomas played a great second quarter, coming back for the balls, playing it back to the midfield, and then playing it wide. And I think that's what they have to continue to do. Reading's really saying that we have 5 people in the middle of the pitch. You got to beat us outside, and I think you have to take what the defense gives you. I think if you're Reading, you're really happy with the first half. I think Belmont's figuring it out right now. But I think Reading's going to be pretty happy. I mean, they're looking at their schedule. It's a first-year coach, as we've said, and this is a great opportunity for either her first win or to get a point. And I think Belmont's reeling a little bit, thinking that in previous games they've usually come in here and done fairly well against Reading. And I think Coach Graham's got to kind of reset expectations. They're in a game.
They're in a close game, good battle, even 50-50 game. Belmont is coming off, arguably, their strongest performance of the season, where they had Winchester on the ropes up 3 times in that game, 1-0, 2-1, and 3-2, before Winchester's attack was able to score the final 3 goals to defeat Belmont. So coming into this, talking with some Reading parents, they thought that since Belmont competed so well with Winchester, that Belmont would probably be favored today. But the play on the field, it's been a very even game. It does, to your point, Brian, that Reading has had 5 midfielders. It looks like they've almost scouted and identified where Belmont's attack is going. So we'll see if Coach Graham, recognizing how Reading is playing, is going to change the way that they attack in the second half. What would you do if you were Belmont?
I think you need to change the point of attack, and you still got to keep the ball wide. I think you got to go a little bit farther up on the channels and cross the balls in. So we haven't really seen anything that has been from kind of the 30 in offensively, so the offensive third, that's been into the box that's been really dangerous. They've had a couple of nice shots, but I don't think it's been a lot of combination plays. I think it's mostly been shots that, as a keeper in Reading, if they beat you from 30 yards, you tip your cap. But for right now, change the attack. I also just think they need to come out with a little bit more, a little bit more pressure and need. I mean, you can tell by the halftime, on one side, the Reading coach is looking, very positive, clapping her hands. The kids are clapping their hands. They're excited. They're in a game. They're looking for their first win of the season. On the other side, it looks like Coach Graham's done a little bit more strategy of kind of what we need to do. And, I think he's probably saying some of the same things, where you also need to carry the ball a little bit, make the simple pass, get the ball out wide, and go.
So Coach Graham started I think all of his seniors today. They have 10 seniors on the team. I'll read them all: Jenna Thomas, Grace Kane, Caitlin Sawyer, Rachel November, Ashley Green. Abby Morin, the senior goalie, did not get the start today, but she's been alternating with Bridget Martin in goal. Lilith McCallion got her first start. Kiki Christofori and Reese Shapazian got her first start. So last week there was a tribute, last night there was a tribute to all the seniors and their families. And I think Coach Graham, the reason he started the seniors today was to continue that and to honor these players who have played for so long here, not only at the high school, but in Belmont Youth Soccer, and then continuing on at Belmont High.
And those are the things I think as parents, we worried that some of those traditions wouldn't carry on because of COVID. And it was nice to have those traditions carry on, because you want high school athletics to not only be about games, but friendships and traditions and doing some of those events. So, it was a very nice night. It's not a typical senior night where you have people in the crowd and you're inviting friends. You're kind of keeping it to just your family, but at the same time, I think it was appreciated by people, and I think it was the right move to start the seniors and to get them some playing time. And I thought the first few minutes were pretty even. As substitutions came in, I think the game has been even. Kind of the same for the first few minutes, but I do expect Belmont to make some changes. I do expect them to come out with a little bit more energy and enthusiasm in the second half. But once again, if you're Reading and this is the first time you have an opportunity to get the win, I'm not sure the last time Reading beat Belmont. I do know a few years ago that there was a game in which the score was pretty lopsided, and if you're a Reading player right now, you're looking forward to that second half.
So you think they have long memories here in the Reading Rockets team? What's interesting to me, it's a 0-0 tie, but I would say because of the early results of both of these teams, I feel like Reading has more momentum, as crazy as that sounds, with a 0-0 score. I think Belmont, their rhythm, perhaps because they started with a different lineup, they've with the exception of Jenna Thomas and Grace Kane, who have played a lot on the right side throughout the season. They connected several times on the right side, but there haven't been as many passing connections as we've seen in the last couple of games from Belmont. So we'll see as they get further into the game and in the second half, and what Coach Graham does in terms of the combinations. He's been experimenting with different lineups in every game this season, and I would expect that would continue in the second half here.
Yeah, and you had talked about whether they were being scouted. I mean, as you know, we're doing this today, which parents and everyone else can have. There are games that you can watch Reading play Woburn. There's the Winchester game. So in many ways, scouting in the age of YouTube and all sorts of social media has gotten much easier, and it appears to me that Reading has definitely seen us on tape and come up with a pretty good game plan.
Yeah. So, Brian, you were saying if you were Belmont, you would change the point of attack. Break that down a little bit more. Where do you think, based on what Reading has done with their defense, that Belmont would have the best opportunity to score?
So I think you can change the ball in the back. So you're only playing with three, but they're sending up more or less one forward most of the game. I'd like to see being able to change, or Sabrina did it a couple times when she would get it in the right side, play it off to the left, and I really think it's getting that movement. The basketball equivalent is when you play a zone, you try to move the ball quickly from side to side and see the openings, and I think that's what you want to do, is you want to make sure that you're making passes but then finding the open person and exploiting it. And I felt like we just missed some of the passes. I don't think we've been as accurate as we were, and if we do that, I think we'll be fine in the second half.
So we'll see what happens here from Reading High School as we get ready to begin the second half. The teams will change ends here in the third period. Belmont will be from your left to your right, and Reading will be from your right to your left. Just going to move the camera position here for a moment to try to be able to see, and Brian Maringer and I will change our point of our broadcasting attack. Now we should be able to show you corner kicks from the other side. Thank the Reading AD for letting us get in the stands to broadcast this game, as Belmont's AD, Jim Davis, have allowed us to be able to bring this game when it's in these games, when they're in Belmont, to you with some height so that you can see more of the field, as all the schools and athletic departments are trying to figure out, even though there's a one guest restriction for each one of these games, how can they let their parents and grandparents see the game live. Looked like a handball by number 24 for Reading, not called. Cleared out by Belmont, won again by Reading's number 4, Allie Clarkson. But Rachel November, we keep calling her name in the middle of the field. She keeps winning balls. She hits a long ball to Nina Minakazi. And if Nina had about 3 more steps before the ball went out of bounds, I think she would have won it.
But I like that. I like playing that ball wide. I think that's a lot better right now. If you look at Reading, they've packed the middle of the field.
Nice passes by Sadie Cabrel and Rachel November up to Jenna Thomas. Tries to hit Kiki Cristofori. She juggles it. Now to Grace Kane. Back to Kiki Cristofori, who shoots it high. Belmont's best shot of the game.
Yeah, great job. Great job. They seem like they've come out with a little jump.
Nice to see in the first minute Belmont already generating a great attack through 3 or 4 passes. Nice play by Kiki Cristofori to bring in 2 to 3 Reading defenders on her in the center of the field, allowing her teammates to be a little bit more open up wide. Nice rush by Sabrina Sauls, trying to go all the way through the middle for a dribbling, and then on the pass, one back by Winchester. Good effort by Ashley Green. The pass deflected by Rachel November. Step up by Sabrina Sauls. Belmont has come out with a lot more aggression and speed here so far in the second half. Ball won by Allie Landry, kicked out of bounds under the pressure of Jackie Carrico for Reading. Second time the ball's been in Belmont's end. Belmont had kept it in Reading's end for most of that half. Now, Kylie McKenna with the pass to Emily Clarkson on the left. She turns on Caitlin Sawyer, but Grace Kane is able to come back to win the ball. It'll be Reading's kick in here. That's number 9, Elizabeth Murphy, the junior for Reading, who will be kicking it in from the near side. Way to hold the ball by Jenna Thomas. Nina Minakazi comes back, wins the ball now to Rachel November. Rachel holds it. Back now to Grace Kane. Grace has a little bit of space. Now to Jenna Thomas on the right. Reading giving Jenna some space. Now up to Grace Kane. Jenna now hits
ball.
almost headed by Reading. Now Grace Kane with the shot and the save by Kendall Sundstrom. Grace Kane with her left. Belmont was all over that play until Grace's shot. They didn't really have a lot of clean passes as Reading was well defended, but Belmont didn't give up.
But that we didn't see in the first half of getting the ball down on the side and then crossing something in the middle. There's another attack down the side.
We've been calling the combination of Jenna Thomas to Grace Kane all day. Another shot by Jenna Thomas, and the goalie was a little indecisive there, Kendall Sundstrom, but when she needed to, she decided she could get to the ball, and she did. Shoulder attempt by Rachel November, won by Reading. Good attempted pass as Caitlin Sawyer stepped up, tried to get it to Grace Kane. They're letting that play go. Wow, massive shove in the back. Haven't seen any player get away with that yet. Referees have switched
sides. I'm not sure that, is a play on if the other ref is on that side. No.
I have no idea what the ref is calling on that. Did you see that, Brian?
Yeah, the ball went out of bounds.
Oh, it went out of bounds.
Yes. So right there, I would love to see if they went to Caitlin Sawyer on that.
So to just switch it from the far side of the field to the near side of the field to create some space.
Yeah, I think right now, if you look, I think Grace Kane and Jenna have had a great half, so far. I mean, we're only 5 minutes in there, but they've had 2 scoring plays. I would try to get the ball to the right side of the field right now and try to work Grace and Jenna over there. So I'd like to see him change the field to the right side.
Like many sports, soccer can be a game of matchups where you have something that's working in the combination. You try to lean into it as much as you can. Tempted ball in the middle, now won by Reading's number 4, Allie Clarkson. Turns on Rachel November, tries to hit the pass in. Deflected by Caitlin Sawyer, now to the left side there. Number 24, Emily Clarkson on the left. Well played by Grace Kane to clear the ball. Wow. Nice play by Jenna Thomas. The referee is going to allow it to be Belmont's kick-in over here.
I think that's a good effort, just poor execution. I thought it was nice changing the field. Unfortunately, they just didn't link the passes together.
We're pretty loud on the broadcast, not that loud so that they could hear us on that, but Allie Landry and Ashley Green unable to connect on the passes on the back line, but it is a good play for Belmont to pass the ball horizontally and mix that in with their very consistent vertical attacking passes. Now, Jackie Carrico tries to turn on Allie Landry, and the ball is deflected. I guess it goes off of Reading's Carrico. It'll be Belmont's kicking on the far side. Ashley Green with the kick into Rachel November, back to Ashley Green for the long ball. Nina Minakazi and Kiki Cristofori try to run through it. Nice attack by 11, Emily Martell for Reading to win that ball. Emily is their right defender. Now up to Sadie Cabral. Martell hits it out of bounds. It'll be Belmont's kick in from the 35-yard line on the football field.
Grace Kane has all sorts of space here on the right if we can get it to her.
And Sabrina Saul saw that, but Sabrina's pass not strong enough. But Caitlin Sawyer comes up with a strong play, tries to hit her senior classmate, Jenna Thomas, who doesn't give up on the play. Jenna goes hard, knocks down number 8, Julia Barbado for Lexington. Looks like Reading, sorry. For Reading.
Coming out.
That's why we have 2 on the broadcast tonight. Make sure we don't call the wrong team's name. Let's reset. 12 minutes left to go in the 3rd period here in Reading. It's Reading 0, Belmont 0. Play was very even in the first half, maybe a slight edge to Reading. So far in the first 8 minutes of the 3rd period, Belmont with the better of the play. Ball's probably been in the Belmont side about 75% of those 8 minutes. Nice pass out from Sabrina Sauls to Grace Kane. Just goes over the colored sideline. It'll be Reading's kick. Reading putting in a couple of subs here. Senior number 20, Jackie Carrico, goes out. And for her, number 18, Marissa Cerrone on the left forward position. Caitlin Sawyer's played a great game, continues to step up and win the long balls. Now that is some physical play.
That might be a pre-COVID foul right there.
I would think so. But you just have to keep playing to the whistle. As coaches always say, you don't know exactly what's going to be called in these new rules. Nice try. Attempted pass by Kiki Cristofori. Grace Kane again tries to go through the middle. Rachel November tries to set herself up for a lefty shot, but defended well by Reading. Ashley Green now in a battle. Ashley continues to play well on the left D. Rachel November's attempted pass up to Sadie Cabral is knocked off of the Reading defender. Belmont's kicking on the far side. Guess they must be calling some sort of a direct or indirect kick. Direct kick, so this will be Allie Landry for Belmont. Nice little ball that could get through, but played well by Reading. Ashley Green now shielding the ball to Allie Landry. Allie Landry up to Grace Kane. A ref from 50 yards away calls a foul when there's another ref from 15 yards.
No, he's now pointing the other way. Which
everybody in the stadium's confused now, but I do think that's the right call. But you generally don't see a call from 50 yards out.
No.
My eyes are good, Brian, but 50 yards, that's pushing it. So Allie Landry for Belmont on the direct kick here. Tries to connect with Jenna Thomas, goes over both Jenna's and Reading's defender. The Reading pass goes off the side of the foot by number 9, Elizabeth Murphy. It'll be Belmont's kicking on the far side. We apologize for this post in the way. Now, for the first time in the game, Kylie Merringer coming into the midfield position and Caitlin Sawyer coming out. Sawyer's played a great game so far. Sabrina Sauls will switch with Kylie Merringer. Kylie in the midfield. Sabrina goes back to the right defensive position. Nice passing again between Jenna Thomas and Grace Kane. The pass into Merringer, tries to volley it. Good effort for Belmont players around. Nina Minakazi tries to volley it. Rachel November now tries to go out wide to Sadie Cabral, but won by Reading. Now it's going to be a foot race. Allie Landry and number 18, Marissa Cerrone. Nice even battle there. Landry comes up to clear the ball, and it'll look like it'll stay in for Reading. But I spoke too fast. Off of 24, Emily Clarkson. It'll be Belmont's kicking.
Oof.
Both players just going hard for the ball.
Yeah, good aggressive play. However, I think they got the call right. I also think Ashley's a little banged up from it.
Yep, looks like she could be a little winded as the shoulder for Reading's number 18, Marissa Cerrone, seemed to go in Ashley's midsection. Good shield to the ball by Jenna Thomas. Now to Kiki Cristofori. Her through ball right to Reading's Martell. High ball volleyed out of the air by Allie Landry. A little bit of a dangerous play. Back to Ashley Green, who clears it so her defense can reset. .6:57 left in the third period. For some reason, the clock is not running.
The referee just stopped the clock to talk to the Reading coach. I'm not really sure why.
We'll zoom in as much as we can on that.
I mean, I think
very little reaction by her. So
yeah, I think she's just enthusiastic, getting into the game, and I'm not sure why he's over there talking to her about.
So you're speculating it's about not her players, but perhaps something in terms of the way she's interacting with her players?
I'm not really sure. As we know, he has not been afraid to blow the whistle.
Not so far today. Nice win by Kylie Merringer in the middle of the field.
Oh, terrible communication right there.
Between Cabral and November, both went for the ball, turned it over to Reading, but Belmont's able to reconnect it. Better communication that time. Cabral tells November she's got the ball, then passes it to Rachel.
There we go.
Sabrina Sauls now out to Grace Kane on the right. Now up to Jenna Thomas. Jenna holds the ball well, waits for Grace Kane. We'll see if she hits the give and go. Now back to Grace Kane. And cleared out of bounds by Elizabeth Murphy, number 9 for Reading. It'll be Belmont's kicking on the right side. Every time Belmont's had this between Kane and Jenna, it's turned into a good pass into the box. Let's see if they can do it again. I'll move the camera slightly so that we can get a better view of the action. Grace into Jenna with a Grace with the far pass, but high, and with the inability to head that ball, Belmont unable to connect. Would have been great. That would have been a great shot at that height and at that speed if it was closer to the goal, but Grace was thinking pass the whole way.
You actually have to change the way you cross. For so many years, you're having a lofted ball to the far post. Now it almost needs to be a line drive.
And what are you trying to do if you're the opponent? Get it in off your knee or your shoulder or something like that?
Any part of the body you can.
Yep. Attempted pass in by Kiki Cristofori. None of her teammates are there. Ball picked up by Reading's keeper, Kendall Sutherland, who is able to punt it out by midfield. Good battle by Sadie Cabral against number 16, Nicole O'Sullivan for Reading. Now up, and we'll see, first time I think Bridget Martin has her hands on the ball more than 15 minutes into the third period.
And I like the way she distributed right there to Sabrina.
Belmont certainly trying to possess the ball much more than they did in the first couple of games. Pass up. Allie Landry against Reading's number 23, Lily Zampatella. Landry kicks it out of bounds. Substitution coming into the game for Reading here. Looks like Zampatella coming out of the game. And on the left forward position, it will be number 3, Sam Maher, sophomore midfielder for Reading. And they look for Maher right off the bat. Defended well by Sabrina Sauls, out of bounds again. Reading's kick in on the near side. Kicked into the box by Reading, unable to control it. Belmont crowds it. Tough to get a shot off. Reading does get one, but it goes wide by 11. Emily Martell, who stepped up from her right defensive back position. Nice aggressiveness by her. It'll be a goal kick for Belmont.
So I like the substitution Reading just had, because you're playing quarters. So you get someone who's been running all day. You get her 4 minutes plus the 2 minutes. You get to wrap it around. So you give her a lot longer break, although she's not missing as much game time. I think that's a smart move. There's Grace Kane.
Nice pass in by Kiki Cristofori to Grace Kane. Can Grace win the ball? Shielded by Reading. Grace is able to get her feet on the ball, but not to redirect it in. It'll be a goal kick. Nice attempt.
Yes, yes. I think the ref, unfortunately, a little out of position. I think Grace was able to get that ball deflected off the defender. I think he was trailing the player a little too far.
Belmont asking for a corner kick. Ball won by Jenna Thomas, tries to send in Kiki Cristofori, but won again by Sutherland. Sundstrom, rather, for Reading. Now Rachel November up to Nina Minakazi. To the left corner to Kiki Cristofori. Kiki's able to keep the ball in, use her body, and it looks like they're going to call a foul on Reading, I think, or maybe a kick in. It looked like Kiki was using her body to get the foul. Back into Sadie Cabral with the shot. She's done it. It goes off Sunland's fingers, but Belmont's unable to get the rebound in. Belmont's best opportunity of the game. Nice shot by Cabral. Now up to Sabrina Saul. She'll have an open shot. She shoots it, and Sundstrom makes another good save. Belmont was there, both Kiki Cristofori and Nina Minakazi, if she gave up a rebound, but she snuffed it out.
She's had a great game.
Yep. Keeping Reading in the game. Now back to Kylie Meringer.
Oh, that's a bad turnover in the middle. Oh, she got the call.
Referee on the far side calling a push. This is scoring distance for Belmont.
Yes.
We'll see if Allie Landry can put it in. It's at the 31-yard line. No, it's even it's further in. I'm going to move the camera so that we got a good shot here. We saw one of these goals last week in Winchester. Allie Landry here from 35 yards out, and right off the face of her Reading's opponent. That's good sacrifice by her on the play. Now up to number 10, Brianna Cerrone for Reading, but Allie Landry comes back, wins it, unable to keep it in.
Yeah.
Don't have too much time left in the third period. Best couple of minutes of action in the entire game has been the last 2 minutes. We hear the whistle after 3 periods. Belmont 0, Reading 0 here from Reading. Brian, what are the themes that you take away from our third period?
You know, I thought they did an excellent job of probably making some adjustments at halftime. I think that for the most part, I thought Belmont carried the play. I think Bridget only touched the ball once or so, you know, with a rebound here or there. I think, you know, it's 1-0, but you know, Sundstrom's played a great job here in the back as the goalkeeper. She made a couple of great saves, but I think all the momentum right now is going Belmont. But this is very easily a 1-goal game now. It's tied going into the fourth.
So our viewers can see Coach Paul Graham out talking to the referees. What do you think he's talking with the refs about?
I have no idea, because I think for the most part, you know, the referees have been fairly consistent individually. The referee on the far side has blown his whistle often. The referee on the other side has let them play a little bit more. But I think it's been consistent for both teams. I don't feel like one team over the other. I felt the last play in which Belmont got a free kick that Allie took, I thought that was kind of a tough call against Reading.
So when I saw that ball went off Reading, she didn't look like she was 10 feet away, certainly. And I do think that that might have been what Paul Graham was talking about. He talks like many of us with his hands, and he seemed to be motioning about pushing, but Belmont certainly got the better end of the calls in the third quarter after being on the after Reading got, in my opinion, more of the benefit of the calls in the first half. So evening out in some ways. We'll see now. Belmont's in their 5th game. Their 2nd game of the season ended in a scoreless tie against Lexington. That game 0-0. We're still 0-0 here in Reading. I think, if I'm correct, Reading has not scored all season.
That is correct.
But they look better than that, frankly, in this game in terms of the way that they've set up their attack. Belmont scored 3 goals in their first game, 0 in their second, 3 in their first game against Winchester, 0 goals, and then 3 in the last game against Winchester.
That's right.
Belmont is so far been feast or famine when it comes to the number of goals. We'll see if they can break that streak here and sneak out of Reading with a 1 or a 2-goal win. Scott Landry and Brian Maringer here on the call. Thanks for being with us. Reading is able to kick the ball off the first time in the second half. They're able to advance the ball up 25 yards, and they'll have a kick in on the far side. Now up to number 20, Jackie Carrico. Belmont's able to come up and kick it out of bounds, but Reading has advanced the ball a couple of times. This is a good spot to be taking a direct kick. If they have a play here, now's the time to use it. They try to get it to number 4, Allie Clarkson, but I think that they did not wait for the referee's whistle. They'll have a chance to do it again.
Yes.
A lot of whistles about not enough space for the players. Take 3 on the kick-in on the far side for Reading. Now back to Allie Clarkson. Belmont coached well on that. They keep moving up when they try to get it back to the person who was kicking it in for the offside call. Now middle of the field, Kylie Maringer and her opponent, Allie Clarkson, both with their hands on each other. Referees let it go. Jenna Thomas now in the middle of the field. Tries to hit the through ball to Kiki. A better pass would have been to Grace Kane on the right. Let's see if she hits Grace now, and she tries it. Grace Kane coming in for Belmont. Can she get her foot on it? Reading is able to knock it out. It'll be a corner kick for Belmont. Good stride for stride battle between Grace Kane and I think it was number 3 for Reading, Sam Maher. So setting up in the corner, Rachel November, Allie Landry. Let's see what they have in store. They got Grace Kane 20 yards back. Now into Rachel, another play. You got the Reading team looks like hockey players there. They're taking balls off their faces twice. A nice play there by Emily Clarkson for Reading. Rachel November on the kick in here.
And as we know, that's the new corner kick rule, but to me, it seems like a rule you'd like to revisit. It seems like they're still trying to do the same thing, which is they're just tapping the ball and putting it in the box.
Right. Nice crossing pass by Grace Kane. It gets through the box without connecting with her teammates. Goes out on the far side. What I'd love to do is to see Grace shoot some of those, like she's been drilling them. I love players that look pass first, and Grace is a wonderful passer. But given where the game is at, if Grace has some space, I'd love to see her just turn around and let it go for a high shot. Back to Sabrina Sauls now on the right D. Tries to connect with Grace Kane on the right. The ball goes out. It'll be Reading's kicking. .38 left in the game. Belmont 0, Reading 0. Nice steal by Kylie Merringer, trying to turn. She does. Battling against Allie Clarkson. Now back to Rachel November. Rachel goes outside to Sadie Cabral. Sadie holds the ball now up to Kiki Cristofori. Kiki back to Sadie. Sadie up to Nina Minakazi. Belmont connected on, I think, 5 or 6 passes on that. Perhaps the most consecutive passes thus far. That might be an indication that Reading is sagging a little bit more on defense. It could be an indication that Belmont is just being crisper with the way that they're moving the ball around. So Rachel November and Sadie Cabral not able to connect on a clean pass there. Reading now on the counter. Goes up here to 20, Jackie Carrico. Battle against Allie Landry. It goes to 24, Emily Clarkson. The one-on-one battle with Sabrina Sauls. Sabrina's able to win the ball and clear it out. I know you can't see that on camera. Sorry about that. But now back up to Reading's number 9. Tries to cross the ball. Won by Kylie Merringer. High ball to Kiki Cristofori. Good pass by Kiki to Grace Kane. She hits the bomb to Nina Minakazi. Can Nina win the foot race? And she might do it. Can she tap it in? But won back by Martell. Emily Martell for Reading. I thought Nina was good. If the ball, she tried to juggle it out of the air. If it was lower to the ground, I think Nina would have gotten a clean shot. Brian.
A great ball, though. A great ball to send her in.
Nina and Emily Martell had about a 30-yard sprint to go after that ball together. Nice battle. Now Cabral into Kiki Cristofori. She volleys it. Can Nina get it with her shoulder again? No. But the referee, that's... What are you going to do? Nina got a goal last time against Lexington with her shoulder. It's the I guess body part of choice when you can't head the ball now. And she went in with her shoulder as the goalie for Reading, Kendall Sundstrom, was coming out. They collided. The ball was there for the rebound, but the referee protects the goalie, as most referees do. It'll be a foul on Belmont, kick now by Reading.
The referee gives that to the goalie 99 out of 100 times. That's not a surprise. Great hustle by Nina, but I think that's the correct call.
Nice communication by Landry and Merringer there, better than their dads. And up to Kiki Cristofori, her attempted pass to Nina Minakazi on the left, deflected by Reading. It'll be Belmont's kick-in on the left. Sadie Cabral will initiate the restart of action.
I do like the fact they're starting to push up. Belmont's pushing up the fullbacks a little bit more.
Much of the play has been in the Reading end this half. We'll see if Belmont can capitalize. Back to Sadie Cabral on the shot. Sundstrom leaves the rebound there. Jenna Thomas for Belmont almost is able to get her foot on it. Dangerous play for Reading, but they keep the game scoreless with 13:30 left to go in the game. Nice effort by Kylie Merringer, middle of the field, making everything difficult for Reading. Great play on the right by Reading's number 18, Marissa Cerrone, to keep it in. The attempted cross, not good. Now Grace Kane up to Rachel November. Rachel now outside Sadie Cabral. Good use of her left by Sadie. Sadie carrying the ball. Smart play. Nobody is there. She passes now up to Nina Minakazi. Sadie's going to have a shot. She lets it go nice and high. Oh. And just about 3 feet high of the goal. Nice effort. Sadie Cable, a couple of great passes on that, and she was looking for a shot, which was the right thing to be doing. She had that shot from about 25 yards out, just high.
And I also like that she was taking the ball into space. She was carrying the ball, which I also think was the right play, as the defense was backing up and Belmont was coming.
Now into Sabrina Saul. Serena tries to hit either Kiki or Nina Minakazi. Belmont volleys it. Belmont's all over the loose balls here. Now Jenna Thomas. Now to Nina Minakazi. Can she get a shot off? Well defended by Reading. Ball comes out. Nice aggressiveness by Belmont. Allie Landry wins the long ball. Can she beat? And she does win that battle against Jackie Carico. Now Sabrina Saul slows it down. Now up to Jenna Thomas. Game much more exciting now than in the first half. Both teams going really hard. Attempted pass into Grace Kane. Unable to connect. Now up to Sabrina Saul. Uses her shoulder up to Grace Kane. Grace tries to send it in the corner. She didn't have a teammate going, but Belmont will take it. Reading plays it out of bounds. Belmont will have the kick in on the near side.
One of the things Sabrina has always done is when the play gets more and more intense, she's able to slow things down. I thought that was a great pass. She was able to see a pass.
Pass in now, Grace Kane. Cleared out by Reading. Ashley Green comes up. Now Reading tries to hit the through ball. Won by Allie Landry. High risk, high reward for both teams now.
Oh, that's
nice attempted pass by Grace Kane, unable to connect with Jenna Thomas. It'll go out of bounds. Reading sending in 2 substitutions here. .10:38 and counting left in the game. 0-0 Belmont and Reading. But the game keeps picking up its excitement level. Given the way that the play has been, you expect a few more shots coming in. Belmont has really pulled up, so their defense is going to be in one-on-one battles. This is Allie Landry versus number 12 for Reading. Ashley Green comes up. It'll be Reading's shot, and it goes in off of Bridget Martin's hands. The first goal of the season for Reading. Reading takes a 1-0 lead with just over 10 minutes left to go in the game. Reading's fans are clapping for their first goal of the season. Good offensive attack. Nice shot by Jackie Carico for Reading at the 10:09 mark left in the fourth period. Let's see how Belmont responds to that, whether they change their formation.
Bridget Gray coming into the game now for Kiki. I think this was Kiki's first rest of the game.
Bridget Gray into the game for the first time at that striker position. Now up to Kylie Merringer in the middle, to Nina Minakazi. Back to Rachel November. Good volley by Rachel, but won by Reading. Reading has now moved many of its players back on defense. Volleyed up by Sabrina Sauls to Grace Kane. Grace now up the right side to Jenna Thomas. Jenna unable to collect the ball on the right side.
it does look like Reading's a little bit more energized after the goal.
Nice win there by Jenna Thomas. Jenna trying to beat her defender. Going through the middle. The referee is going to give that call just outside the box. So not a penalty kick on the play, but certainly scoring ability for Belmont. Because that's a foul, it should be a direct kick. Is that right, Brian? So if Allie Landry shoots this and it goes in directly, it should be fine?
Yes. I'm looking at the referee. Yeah, it looks like he's putting it as a direct kick.
Allie Landry asking for 10 yards. Reading ran up and charged the last time. We'll see if that happens this time. Landry with the shot. It goes high, and it's over the goal. Yeah. Couldn't quite tell from here if the shot was online or not, but because the watching the Reading goalie, I think she thought it was high the whole way.
Yeah, I think from our perspective, it looked a little bit better than probably it did from the goalie's perspective. We have 8 minutes left to go.
Reading 1, Belmont 0 here. Reading scored a goal just 2 minutes ago on a counterattack. Nice shot off the hands of Belmont's goalie. Reading again on another counterattack. Belmont will have to play more aggressive. They'll likely give up counterattacks now. Now up to 18, Cerrone for Reading, around Sabrina Sauls, but one back by Ashley Green for Belmont. Pass up now to Jenna Thomas. They're calling Reading on the play, crowding Jenna Thomas. Players very much into the game on both sides. Now Allie Landry with the bomb up to Bridget Gray. She might get there, but won by number 8 for Reading. Nice play by Julia Barbado. Sadie Cabral with the ball win back to Ashley Green. Ashley sends in almost Bridget Gray, but won by Nina Minakazi up to Gray. Can Gray get the shot off? She does, but it goes pretty harmlessly to Kendall Sundstrom for another ball win and a punt for Reading. 7 minutes left to go here in Reading. Reading 1, Belmont nothing, and a little bit of a surprise. Belmont has had much of the attack in the second half, but Reading is the one that has gotten on the scoreboard just 3 minutes ago. Back now to number 9, Elizabeth Murphy.
Belmont looks a little tired at the moment. The ball pressure is just not what you need right now with like six minutes left. Reading, I think, has done a nice job of switching a couple players in pretty often.
For a couple minutes here or there.
Yeah, Belmont's a lot of players standing with their hands on their hips.
Just trying to catch a little bit of a breather. Belmont has pretty much dominated the attack. Nice play by Sabrina Sauls, now in the middle of the field to Rachel November. Gives her team time to attack. Belmont keeps hitting longer through balls. Haven't been able to connect on one yet, but they're being aggressive on those. Now Bridget Gray unable to turn on her Reading defender, but goes out of bounds off Reading. Belmont's kicking on the far side. Reading had all 11 players in the defensive end. Reading clearly trying to play for the 1-0 win, which would be their first win of the season.
And the first win for their head coach.
Yeah. Brand new coach this year, as we talked about earlier in the broadcast.
That's a bad turnover in the middle of the field.
She's got plenty of space. Belmont giving her way too much space. Now it'll be the shot off of Belmont's Ashley Green. Well defended by Ashley on that. It'll be a corner kick for Reading. Part of the challenge, you give up the corner kick, but you give up 30 or so seconds on the clock. Belmont needs every second they can, down 1-0 with 4:48 left to go in the game. Reading now on the turn. It looks like they'll get a clean shot. It goes wide right of Bridget Martin from her perspective. Wide left from our perspective. It'll be a goal kick for Belmont. Again, more time running off the clock here as Bridget
just stopped the clock.
A lot of these multi-purpose stadiums used for football, soccer, and track, sometimes it can take 25, 30 seconds to retrieve the ball. 4:25 left in the here in Reading, 1-0. The Reading Rockets lead Belmont. 4 minutes and a half is plenty of time to put another goal on top.
Nina might walk in.
Nina, it looked like a heading ball by Martell, but they don't call it. Nina continues to go. The ball is cleared. Referees are going to award Belmont a corner kick on that. The referees have let these inadvertent heads go 3 or 4 times this game. A couple against Belmont, a couple against Reading. If Belmont has a good corner kick play, this would be the time to use it. 3:48 left, down 1-0. Now to Allie Landry. She centers the ball to Nina Minakazi. Nina tries to hip the ball toward the goalie. Ashley Green stepped up. She is pleading with the ref, saying that she deflected it off of a Reading player. The referee did not see it that way. Goal kick for Reading.
Be aggressive to the ball. Beat him to the ball.
Getting a sub, Mia coming in for Kylie Merringer. Try to give you a little bit more, maybe of a shot from midfield.
Nice playing by Kylie Merringer for the 12 or so minutes she was in the game. Allie Landry now goes up to Bridget Gray. Bridget does a nice job of trying to hold the ball or hold her defenders back so that a teammate could win the ball, is more precise. Now back to Allie Landry. Allie up to Mia, now to Grace Kane. Grace now up to Jenna Thomas. Back to Grace Kane. Good action now to Bridget Gray coming into the box. Number 10 for Belmont. Bridget back to Jenna Thomas for the shot. Not able to connect. The Reading players clear the ball as Sadie Cabrel and Rachel November were both coming in for the rebound. It looked like one of them was going to get the shot. Nice play by Martell for Reading. Another corner kick for Belmont in the far side.
This is tough. It's got to make sure that this corner is at a good height, but not too lofted. This is a
now
great
Allie
ball.
Landry into Nina Minakazi. Nina collides with the goalie. I thought her foot would be able to get it. Goes off of Reading. It'll be another play. Belmont would take that one again.
Yes, that was the perfect ball. Kendall Sundstrom with another great play. She gets an all-star vote today.
Now to Allie Landry again. Allie with the pass into Ashley Green, but Ashley can't win it. Back out to Grace Kane. Grace takes the shot. It goes off of Reading. Now it'll be a foot race. She kicks the ball up. Now Ashley Green coming back. Ashley clears it. Would have been better for Ashley to go back to her goalkeeper on that so that Reading can't stall the time, because Reading will be substituting probably on every whistle here to take some extra time off the clock. Perfectly legal play. Most coaches do it. So as Belmont, you want to try to keep it in if you can.
I would say there's less than a minute right now.
Now one by Reading.
Oh, excellent play. Just going to the corner to try to kill some time. Very smart play. You could see the Reading coach gesturing, just go into the corner, let's kill some time. And smart play. If Reading wins this game, which it looks like we're 30 seconds, great effort by Reading.
The clock is being managed by the referees. We know that there's not too much time left. Now Belmont's going to try on the counterattack, but Reading will get the shot by number 4, Allie Clarkson. It goes way high, but that might be enough to run out the clock.
Yes.
Sun comes out brightest it's been all game for the final couple of seconds here. Referee calls a foul on that. Belmont's going to try to move quickly, moving almost their entire team up. Allie Landry on the kick. Probably Belmont's last opportunity, almost won by Jenna Thomas. Now to Rachel November. Rachel puts it in the corner to Nina Minakazi. It looks like Nina will get a shot. Nina's left goes off Reading. It'll be a corner.
And that's a game. Reading with a great upset victory here. Look at them celebrate. That is a great, great victory. Congratulations for their coach getting their first varsity win. Outstanding job by Reading.
Soccer's an interesting game, Brian. You know, Belmont, after a pretty even first half, in my opinion, Belmont dominated much of the second half, except for a couple of counterattacks in the fourth quarter, and Reading was able to score on one. Bridget Martin for Belmont had hardly touched the ball in the second half, and Reading got their first quality shot off, and Bridget was able to get her hands on it, but it looked like the ball had some crazy lefty spin off a lefty shot, and a lot of top spin. Was able to get past Bridget Martin for the only goal of the game at the 10-minute 09 mark. I had the goal for number 20, Jackie Carico, for Reading, the senior or the junior forward for Reading. Great game by them as they come and salute their parents. Thinking about Belmont, they got to be disappointed about the game, but what are some of the good things Belmont could take from this game, Brian?
Well, I mean, in many ways, hopefully it's a little bit of a learning. I think, you know, there might be some comparison in terms of how they each did against Winchester. It seemed like Reading was a little step closer. You know, I'm not sure Belmont overlooked this game, but it would be interesting to see if that was the case. I thought they did some nice things of playing things wide in the second half. I thought they had some good opportunities, but they couldn't cash in. And so while I think they played better in the second half, I will be interested to see what the adjustments now will be for the next game. So I thought in looking at this game, I thought the game plan by the Reading coach was outstanding. She dared them to go outside, and I thought that frustrated Belmont in the first half. But hats off to Reading and their game plan coming into this game. Great win.
So in terms of players of the game for Reading, I clearly have their goalkeeper, number 1, Kendall Sundstrom. Belmont had a lot of opportunities in the second half, and Sundstrom kept coming out, being physical. Nina Minakazi for Belmont almost had a couple of what we used to call in youth soccer ugly goals, where she just tries to get any part of her body on the ball, but Sundstrom was able to snuff those out. So I have her as my player of the game for Reading. My player of the game for Belmont, I have Grace Kane.
Yes.
Most of Belmont's good offensive attacks, we were calling her name.
Yeah, Grace King played great. She's had a great season. I think she played all 80 today. I don't remember her coming out, so I think she got a lot of time in today, and I thought she was dangerous the whole game. So a good game by Grace. Back to the drawing board for Belmont, and hopefully they can work on a few things this week and have a really good week of practice. I think hopefully this will give them a real good week of practice in which they'll really look at what Reading did well and hopefully counter.
So bus rides home from away games, when you're able to win, those are some of the most enjoyable bus rides you'll ever take. When you lose a game that you were hoping to win, those can be a very long bus ride between the 30 minutes home from Reading to Belmont High School. Yeah. So we thank you for joining us today. Here from Reading High School, the final score is Reading 1, Belmont 0. This broadcast is brought to you by Friends of Belmont Soccer. Scott Landry and Brian Merringer on the call. We invite you to join us a week from today, where there will be a rematch at Belmont's Harris Field. We'll either have it for you here on the live stream from Periscope, or we'll have it on Belmont Media Center's live stream at belmontmedia.org. So stay tuned for that. Again, the final score from Reading. Reading 1, Belmont nothing. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you.